Red Bull chief engineer Paul Monahan, he admits the team needs to provide Alex Albon a better car. This is something we talked about the last episode. It's almost evident. It's not just the better car, but also just a better experience overall. We've heard him say that, he was released into traffic when he begged not to be released into traffic. It's just all kinds of stuff. And I feel like to get a guy like him situated, he needs to have the team, supporting him.
Yeah, but it's Red Bull style. Red Bull, they're very focused on bringing up young drivers and they just throw them into the fire and see what works.
Yeah, but it worked with Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen.
Yeah, but those are different
and Daniel
talents.
Ricciardo.
Yeah, but you can't. You're talking about they're hoping that they get a once in a lifetime talent.
3-time in a lifetime talent.
Well, they got them, but they still need another car to finish. And it's like you said. I think you mentioned this earlier. That is the consequence of having such a tough. I mean, yes, you have to have a tough driver program, but at the end of the day, you still have to develop drivers that don't necessarily all have to be number one. You have to develop solid drivers, and you got to give them a chance. Gasly's a solid driver. Maybe he's not the same talent as Vettel or Max Verstappen, but he can be a solid driver, a solid number two, like a Bottas is. And you have also I don't know if Sergio Perez could be a good number one. He's never had the opportunity, but he's definitely a good number two driver. So there is a place in F1 for solid drivers. You don't necessarily have to be world championship material, but you can develop a driver to be a solid driver.
That's tough to do because I think every driver that's in F1 wants to be a champion.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what. And I'm not saying that Valtteri Bottas doesn't want to be a champion, okay. But he's a solid driver, and you've had plenty of drivers go through that program that are pretty solid drivers. You've had Jean-Eric Vergne from Formula E. 2-time world champion in Formula E, solid driver. You have Sebastian Buemi, who drove with Fernando Alonso, yep. And he's a WEC champion, a world endurance champion. You have Antonio Felix da Costa. He drives in Formula E. He's actually leading the Formula E championship right now. There's been a lot of solid drivers that Red Bull just drops for no apparent reason. You gotta have a solid driver in the car, and then they want to put all young drivers in those cars, and they never want to get an experienced driver. They're gonna have to be, if they don't give Alex Albon a chance to develop, then you're just gonna have to get somebody else from the outside because their young driver program is literally depleted at this point.
Yeah.